In the wild, there is no mercy. The hyena's call carries 5 kilometers. Every lion within range knows exactly what it means. In this savage kingdom, there is only one absolute rule. Rule or die. This is the Masai Mara. Dry season, rainfall far below average. The worst drought recorded across all of East Africa. In this savage kingdom, one empire rules by discipline, by hierarchy, by an organizational power, refined across 1,000 hunting seasons. They are the river pride. One empire rules by intelligence, by sheer numbers. They are the Mara clan, the largest empire of their kind ever documented. 2 empires divided the Mara in silence. One claiming the daylight, one claiming the dark. The rule held, absolute, unspoken. But when water retreats, survival rewrites every rule. Who rules the Mara when the laws collapse? The answer lies in the last remaining waterhole. Masai Mara. People often speak of it as a sanctuary, but the true ecosystem stretches across nearly 10,000 square kilometers. And if you erase the borders drawn by humanity, the Mara connects seamlessly with the Tanzanian Serengeti, forming the grandest migratory path on Earth. This is a civilization with a history longer than any empire humanity has ever built. It possesses its own rules and flows with its own unique rhythms. And like every civilization, it is built upon water. The Mara River originates from the Mau forest on the Kenyan highlands, hundreds of kilometers to the north. From there, the currents flow southward, weaving through the heart of the ecosystem before emptying into Lake Victoria. A prolonged dry season begins with a single felled tree in the Mau forest. When the wildebeest turned south, they followed the rain. And those that remained faced the bare reality of the Mara 3 months after. The last rain fell. But the Mara is not a stage built for two. It is a matrix of power, and within it, other forces move. Each has found its own answer to the same question: survival philosophies, each one a commentary on what is about to unfold. Buffalo, 750 kilograms. Horns thick as iron. Herds of 200 to 800 within the Mara ecosystem. They are not simply prey. Buffalo do not operate as prey. The pride's ruthless laws leave the old king as the weakest of all. The prey now takes the offensive. The rate of enduring a toll is 30 to 50%. This is why no solitary lion engages a buffalo. And when the pride does, it is always a coordinated formation, planned over hours. And there is one more thing about buffalo: a collective decision mechanism. Whichever direction receives the most votes. That is where the herd moves. The strength flows from the consensus of all. And when the herd unanimously turns back, no lion, however desperate with hunger, wants to be standing in its path. Leopard. Total contrast. No pride, no alliance, no social hierarchy to lean on. One cat, one territory. One of the finest survivors on Earth. The leopard of the Mara survives by one principle alone: invisibility. After a kill, it does not feed at the sight. A kill in the branches can last 3 to 5 days, enough for the leopard to feed across multiple sessions. Never leave anything on the ground when all of the Mara is hungry. A kill on the ground in dry season lasts 20 minutes at most. So the leopard climbs alone, while the two empires below tear at each other over the last meters of territory. Beyond it, another force is also watching. Fiercely unified, relentlessly persistent. The qualities of successful hunters. Wild dog hunting success rates reach 80% globally. But here in the Mara specifically, the figure drops to around 51%. Not because the dogs lack skill, but because the Mara is too contested. In this environment, every kill is a target for theft. Even so, 51% remains formidable. Wild dogs operate as a distributed brain. No single individual dominates all decisions, but when unified, they become a single unit of speed and endurance. Within the Mara ecosystem, only 3 to 5 packs remain active. Every pack crossing this land is one of the last. 3 survival philosophies in an ecosystem contracting around them. The power of the collective, the intelligence of the solitary, the precision of the cooperative. None is perfect. Each has its limits and its price in the dry season. Everything begins with a laugh, not an expression of joy. The hyenas laugh. Long branded the sound of cowardice, of the scavenger, is the exact opposite of everything that reputation suggests. It is a command, the mechanism that keeps an empire operating. As a single combat unit in the dark, across vast territory. If there is one number that answers every question about the hyena, it is 80%. 80% of the Mara clan's food comes from prey they hunt themselves, from tactical coordinated hunts. Executed primarily at night, through the most sophisticated organizational apparatus of any African predator. Research confirms that lions steal hyena kills 6.8 times more often than the reverse. Roughly 14% of every hyena meal is taken by lions. But to understand the Mara clan, you must first understand its architecture. Every adult female in the clan outranks every adult male. No exceptions. The largest male, the heaviest, the strongest in the Mara clan yields ground to the smallest female. Female hyena fetuses are bathed in androgens, hormones typically associated with male development at abnormally high levels. The result: adult females outweigh males by 10 to 12%. A daughter inherits her mother's rank within 6 months of reaching adulthood, a nobility, but not an empty one. They command priority feeding rights, mating rights, and command authority within combat formations. Heirs do not wait long to assert dominance. They begin from the first moments of life. The battle starts in the den. Within hours of birth, they must establish a hierarchy that will define them for life. Sometimes, only one survives. The hyena's bite force is the strongest of any African predator. But the number alone does not tell the story. What matters is the purpose. The hyena's jaws are not built for the kill. They are built for total consumption. Everything every other predator leaves behind. A clan of 60 can consume a 500-kilogram buffalo entirely. Skeleton included, no trace. The hyena is not merely a predator, it is the Mara's recycling system. Speed is the signature weapon of predators. But look at the one who sacrificed everything for speed. And you realize endurance is the true key. 4.8 kilometers. The distance a hyena sustains top speed without slowing. A full-grown lion can sprint only 300 meters. The hyena does not need to be faster, it only needs to outlast. The hyena's call carries information and command. But beyond that, these sounds can encode 4 pieces of information simultaneously within a single vocalization. Identity, social rank, number of individuals present, degree of emotional arousal. In dry season, whoop frequency increases by more than 40%. The Mara clan does not go quiet when starving. The Mara clan controls the night, but what happens when they are still hungry by day? Along the Mara River. The River Pride has held this territory for 11 seasons, 12 to 18 individuals. Not a large pride, but in this terrain it is enough. The River Pride operates as a military machine. The males do not hunt, but they are not a burden. The roar declares ownership, deters rival males from crossing the boundary, and secures the pride's breeding rights and food supply. A coalition of 2 to 3 males typically controls territory up to 2,000 square kilometers, but the River Pride males care nothing for scale. They care only for this one irreplaceable ground. The females do everything else. Faster and more agile, responsible for 90% of all hunts. Hunting alone, success rates fall below 19%. Hunting as a unit, that figure rises to 30%, and the caliber of prey changes entirely. This is what distinguishes the River Pride from every other lion pride. They do not merely hunt, they remember. No lion in the pride is born knowing this. Young females observe and fail for 2 years before executing the technique correctly. They learn by correcting failure over years in the presence of the most experienced females. And here lies the River Pride's greatest vulnerability, the fragility of the irreplaceable. What the River Pride's eldest female carries is experience. Which buffalo individuals regularly visit, which waterhole, which can be isolated, which become lethal when cornered. Her eyes move with the precision of one who has watched everything on this land and knows exactly what is worth watching. She has survived the 5th dry season, but she is not immortal. Just like the old male that once ruled this pride. He used to protect the entire pride all by himself. Yet he could not protect himself. As a result, the throne changed hands. The females cannot change this. They can only comply. She, the wisest matriarch of the River Pride, will also have to move on eventually. The solitude at the end of her journey, just like her former mate, is inevitable. Average lifespan of a lioness in the Mara, 14 to 16 years in the wild. The eldest females, those who carry 11 seasons of knowledge, are at the outer edge of that range. The younger females would have to rebuild their territorial knowledge from nothing. Through trial, through hungry nights. The lion's collective intelligence does not live in the pride. It lives in a single individual. And that concentration is simultaneously its greatest strength and the system's deepest vulnerability. The River Pride's throne is the waterhole along the Mara River. As the water retreats, the throne retreats. And right now, the throne has contracted to the point where there is nothing left to surrender. Two empires, two forms of intelligence. The Mara is not a perpetual battlefield. Most of the time, it is a system of exquisite equilibrium. At the center of that equilibrium is an agreement, strictly observed. It is time. Lions operate from dawn to dusk. Hyenas command from dusk to dawn. There is an overlap window when both empires share the same space and neither holds absolute advantage. "78% of all direct confrontations between lions and hyenas in the Mara occur around dawn and dusk. An entire war compressed into the most precarious moments of light. Beyond time, there is an acoustic boundary. Both species use sound not only for internal coordination, but to map territory for the enemy. But this equilibrium is not equal. It never was. Yet the truce holds. Why? Because of absolute numbers. Below 4-1, lions hold their ground. When the hyena to lion ratio at any confrontation point reaches 4-1 or higher, lions consistently withdraw. Except when a male is involved. At a waterhole on the River Pride's territorial edge, two groups approach from opposite directions. This is the crepuscular borderline. Lions lack the full power of daylight. Hyenas lack the full cover of dark. They must choose the peace. 3 months ago, the last rain fell. The waterholes dwindled to 3. The Mara clan has not eaten in 5 days. When hunger drives them, any peace is only skin deep. For a clan of 60 to 80 individuals, 5 days of hunger is an energy crisis, counting down. Lions can fast 7 to 14 days on their larger body fat reserves. Hyenas, smaller bodies, higher metabolic rate. After 5 days, enter desperation mode. The activity patterns shift from strictly nocturnal to opportunistically diurnal. The wildebeest had turned south. The zebra followed. What remained? Old buffaloes, scattered Thompson's gazelles, impalas, and increasingly empty plains. But a young antelope only creates more friction within the pack. Every member lost a warrior to the scuffle. Nothing remains but defeat. And the crisis spreads. The Mara clan gradually fractures. The queen does not force them to stay amid scarcity. During the dispersal, some remains catch their attention. It is guarded by the old male lion, formerly of the River Pride. No second thoughts are needed. The hyenas must claim the rest. The old king is overwhelmed. No miracle can turn the tide. This minor victory helps the hyenas regain some confidence. By midday, 62 members of the Mara clan cross the boundary. The leopard registered something had shifted in the larger picture. Solitary intelligence knows when not to be present. The small wild dog pack has been monitoring the area since yesterday. They calculated the odds and concluded there is no reward here worth. The River Pride did not retreat. The first rule of every Dominion male. A pride that retreats once declares to all of the Mara that it will retreat forever. Two tactics, two civilizations of war converging on a single point. Before it unfolds, understand precisely what is about to happen. Members fan outward from a starting point into an arc. Not all advance simultaneously. Some hold the flanks, some push the center, creating a shape that achieves both broad coverage and rapid convergence on demand. The Mara clan is maintaining a tactical acoustic map. Each individual always knows the relative position of the rest, allowing them to stay in the loop and adjust accordingly. This is a decentralized command structure. And the only weakness is disrupting the acoustic network. This is equivalent to breaking formation. Not through physical force, but by creating interference in the signal chain. The River Pride knows this. For the lions, their tactics showcase experience. 3 to 4 females moving in single file, approaching from downwind. So scent does not reach the target before footfall does. Standard formation. But there is a wild card that neither side can completely control. A buffalo herd, 200 strong, oblivious to the dispute, only concerned with water. The The dry season has blanketed the entire Masai Mara. The heartland is depleted of sustenance. Newcomers have arrived. Their declarations signal strength and a hunger for territory. The kings of the River Pride are highly sensitive when their realm is threatened. They will go to lay down the law. The parting is not easy, but there is no other choice. This is the moment for a king to show his responsibility. The females can hunt, they can repel intruders, but they cannot stop a robust coalition of prime young males. The old lioness now becomes the backbone. She has an uneasy premonition. Because just like the dominant males, the sun is setting on them. The buffalo herd finished their watering cycle and departed at dusk. They left behind an empty arena and an eerily quiet atmosphere. Now, darkness takes over, and this is the domain of the Mara clan. Hyena eyes harvest light more efficiently in the dark. Their nervous system is tailored for navigation, under conditions where lion vision begins to lose its edge. The night is a battleground where the most intense conflicts unfold. At the final waterhole, the balance of power has completely shifted from its usual orbit. At the center of the open mud hole, the River Pride is left with only 4 females and their cubs. The young ones lack the speed to run and the strength to fight. The Mara clan, sensing their opponents' vulnerability. The 4 lionesses cannot establish their conventional defensive formation. But if they stand still, the cubs will be lost within minutes. They are forced to make an ultimate choice. A solitary burst of speed, piercing straight into the heart of the hyenas, where the network of whoops is densest. She willingly becomes the bait to buy time. And in that chaos, the remaining 3 lionesses immediately lead the cubs in a swift retreat, hiding deep in the thick brush far from the waterhole. The winds will sweep away the scent of the young ones, keeping them out of the enemy's radar. At the center of the waterhole, the trap has sprung. The matriarch is completely surrounded by dozens of hyenas. The lioness's stamina is drained. By midnight, the final roar of the queen falls silent. The Mara clan completely claims the waterhole. No truce occurs as it usually does. Tonight, an empire has won the day through numbers and ruthlessness. The standoff at the final waterhole ends. A kingdom has lost its brain and memory in exchange for the survival of the next generation. The price of water in a drought is not measured in drops. It is paid with the life of a ruler. For a whole week, triumphant whoops rang out, breaking the silence of the night. But power in the Mara is never a constant. It shifts with the footsteps of the prey. After a week, the atmosphere begins to change. The moisture in the wind increases. The Mara clan, with their keen sense of smell, detects the return of the small antelope herds. The neighboring land is gradually reviving after days of exhaustion. The pressure of survival forces the Mara clan to make a decision. They cannot cling forever to a mud hole with no meat. The crescent formation dissolves, and individuals scatter across the grassland to embark on a new hunt. And that is also when the kings return. The two male lions of the River Pride return from a long border patrol. Their dominant blood boils. The Mara clan is pushed back from the land they barely had time to possess. The River Pride reclaims their territory. Though missing a crucial piece, but now they will become stronger than ever. We often want a story to have a winner and a loser, but the Mara refuses to answer in such a simple way. Because the real question is not who won the battle at the final waterhole. The real question is, who is still here when the rain falls? And the answer is both. They survived the same question from two opposite sides. That is the Mara. And now, with everything you have just witnessed, the passing of the matriarch, the return of the males, and the harsh law of survival under the first rain of the season. Who do you think truly rules the Mara? The Mara clan or the River Pride? Leave your answer in the comments. We read every single one. This is the Nile crocodile. When the first dinosaurs emerged on Earth, the Nile crocodile was already present. When massive shifts moved 3/4 of the planet's life toward a close, the croc remained. Its current form is nearly identical to its ancestors from 200 million years ago. This was no stroke of luck. From the very beginning, it has been the ultimate predator. This is its domain, and it is waiting. Deep within the river's shadows, its heart continues to beat. Normally, 40 beats per minute. In its quiet state, 2. So slow that the pulse is barely present. No bubbles, no movement, no signs of activity. And when the moment arrives, in the water, the Nile crocodile is in a league of its own, but the Great Migration is drawing near. With tusks more imposing than a lion's, the hippo uses its weaponry for power struggles, rather than hunting. An assertive landlord weighing up to 1.5 tons, this giant lays down the law when it comes to its personal space. Despite appearing as a dormant boulder, this semi-aquatic giant is involved in roughly 500 fateful encounters each year. This figure makes them one of Africa's most formidable residents. When feeling provoked, the hippopotamus shows a pair of self-sharpening tusks. With a tremendous bite force ranging from 8,000 to over 9,000 newtons, they possess the strength to crush a skull as easily as a watermelon. In their world, there is no room for compromise. The most fascinating thing about this giant lies in how it moves beneath the surface. The truth is, the hippopotamus doesn't actually swim. Their dense bone structure and immense weight cause them to sink instantly, yet they have mastered a graceful walk along the riverbed. Utilizing the water's buoyancy, they take long strides like astronauts walking on the moon. However, behind that curious behavior lies a harsh and somber social structure. To maintain absolute dominance and ensure their lineage continues, dominant males often end the journey of a rival's offspring. This action forces females to return to their reproductive cycle quickly. It is a stern but effective evolutionary strategy to hold onto power. Along the Olifants River, the life of the hippopotamus is a symphony of contradictions between a calm facade and a primal intensity. The connection between the hippopotamus and the Nile crocodile is one of the most remarkable arrangements in nature's design. In terms of sheer might, the hippopotamus calls the shots in any direct engagement. Yet within that calm exterior lies unmatched strength, a bite force of 22,000 newtons. One of the most formidable tools ever crafted by nature, capable of breaking down the frame of any catch. The impressive nature of the Nile crocodile lies in how it can bide its time. By slowing its metabolism and holding its breath for 2 hours, it becomes one with the river, a phantom to those busy quenching their thirst. In the world of the Nile crocodile, the line between existence and the great beyond is as thin as a ripple on the water. A pride of lions. And the crocodiles. Two forces, two directions of engagement. A herd with nowhere to turn. As the antelope hit the water, the world beneath the surface erupts in unison. The Mara River remains stirred for a long while. Then all returns to silence. The crocodile sinks back down, satisfied and unhurried. The wildebeest continue their crossing, no other path. This is the Great Migration. This is the bounty the hunter has awaited all year. It will wait another year unless someone disrupts the balance. Back to the Great Migration. They are going the distance, without pause. They simply cannot stop. Ahead lies the Mara River, a reason to persevere for one more season. But the Mara River is not theirs to claim. Every year, as the Great Migration reaches the edge, what follows is not a matter of choice. No wildebeest is eager to descend into those waters. No zebra is unaware of what lingers beneath the surface. Yet the pressure from behind outweighs the hesitation ahead. And so they take the plunge. One, then 10, then hundreds, until the entire river transforms into a churning brown surge. In those moments, the surface will yield. The presence lurking below has waited for this exact moment, having anticipated this well before the first wildebeest arrived at the bank. In a strategic partnership, blue wildebeest can sense his water from several kilometers away, while zebras serve as the true sentinels. Each zebra is a solid 300 kilograms of muscle. They keep their eyes peeled for even the slightest movement. In grasslands like the high veld, zebras are ready to stand their ground. A perfect match, a survival alliance. Unlike the migratory lifestyle, this relative of the wildebeest continues to thrive with a helping hand from humans. During the late 19th century, hunters brought the Liechtenstein's hartebeest to the edge of disappearing from the region. It wasn't until the 1980s, when a conservation effort brought individuals back from Malawi, that the Liechtenstein's hartebeest could finally start a new chapter. Today, with just a few hundred left, spotting one is like winning the lottery in South Africa. They possess an unmistakable build. That sloping frame, similar to a hyena, provides incredible stamina when making a getaway. This is paired with an oddly long face and majestic S-shaped horns. In the tall grasslands, termite mounds serve as lookout towers, allowing them to spot potential trouble from a safe distance. This strategy still has its gaps. When a lioness begins a pursuit, she is also a remarkably persistent athlete. For swift and heavy targets, lions choose to work together to stack the deck in their favor. More enduring than a lion, they are the most relentless marathon runners. Their primary strategy is to wear down their prize through time. The strength of the spotted hyena also lies in the complex social structure of their clans. They use tactics to create commotion and then coordinate their efforts to bring down even powerful, full-grown zebras. At choke points, like the Mara River crossings, the hyenas simply wait with patience. Those who make it past the crocodiles will find themselves meeting these persistent hunters. But the spotted hyena's ultimate tool is a jaw with bone-crushing force reaching over 9,000 newtons. In the wild expanse, the hyena ensures that, within the cycle of the Great Migration, one's departure always provides life for another. Yet, regardless of their prowess on land, hyenas understand their boundaries well. There are places on this continent where even the largest hyena clan must think twice before venturing. Those borders are defined by what remains hidden in the depths. The hyena was fortunate. Their engagement took place only at the water's edge. Upon the delicate threshold between paradise and the abyss, the heart of northern Tanzania is vibrating to the rhythm of an ancient epic. The Masai people call this place Serengeti, the land of grasslands stretching to the very edge of the world. As the northeast monsoon awakens the migratory instinct, millions of hooves commence the greatest pilgrimage on the planet, headed toward the north. February. In a mere 3 weeks, as many as 8,000 new souls emerge every single day. This is the strategy of predator satiation. They arrive with such swiftness, in such abundance. And when those who seek nourishment are fully satisfied, the collective opportunity for the herd's endurance is secured. However, under the intense warmth of the equator, extreme levels of tension can occasionally trigger the phenomenon of maternal detachment. In the Serengeti, the dawn of existence is often marked by the hurried breath of a transition ever present by its side. As night descends, accompanied by the sudden tempests of the sub-Saharan realm, African wild dogs begin to emerge from their sanctuary. They do not possess explosive speed, but their secret lies in endurance hunting. Within the unexpected torrential downpour, the earth, stripping away the sprinting capabilities of the wildebeest. One exhausted individual ultimately finds it impossible to remain standing within the storm. As dawn arrives, the Serengeti rises once more. But for the wildebeest herd, there is no place for repose. They understand that time is truly the greatest adversary. The promised land of Kenya still lies hundreds of parched miles ahead. Amidst the frantic pulse of the migratory torrent, a new existence, the collective, must remain vigilant and offer its protection. The foal arrives. In a world governed by acute senses, the scent of birth is a silent summons to a banquet for the predators. The mother zebra has no more moments to spare. Those vigorous caresses are intended to activate the peripheral circulatory system and dissolve the olfactory signature. Within 15 minutes, the foal is compelled to stand firm upon its four limbs. At that moment, the fresh marathon of endurance truly commences. The migratory legion now stretches across 40 kilometers, But up ahead, Mara River. The waterway renowned as the Gauntlet of Destiny, at the boundary between existence and the great abyss. Those predators from the Jurassic era have waited with profound patience for half a year. For the young wildebeest, this is the trial of fortitude at the dawn of life that is most demanding. A formidable psychological weight, built by the tens of thousands behind them, compels the leaders to plunge into the rushing torrent in a state of overwhelming urgency. Here, the depth and the vigor of the current become the steadfast allies of the armored guardians. The Nile crocodile possesses a pressure of 5,000 pounds per square inch. In the defining moment, the energy radiating from the process of anaerobic metabolism within the muscles has released a final reservoir of strength, allowing this fortunate wildebeest to slip away from the final vortex. Yet the law of the great pilgrimage is already inscribed. It is destined to traverse this daunting gauntlet twice every year, repeating a sacred wager of survival. As long as the heart maintains its steady rhythm and the limbs retain the grace to outpace the eternal shadow. Traversing the radiant periphery of the arid Ngorongoro crater, the migratory legion finally reaches the promised land of Kenya. But remain vigilant, for every paradise possesses its loyal guardians. A solitary lion never unwisely ventures into the heart of the massive collective of life. Instead, he conceals himself upon the fringes of the commotion, utilizing sharp stereoscopic vision for target selection. A momentary lapse by the fugitive has been settled through the vital stream. Encounters with the observers are inevitable. The wildebeests will continue to momentarily enjoy these days of abundance, gathering their essence until the final droplets of water evaporate beneath the equatorial sun. At that moment, the ancient rhythm will once again compel them to return to Tanzania. It will be a pilgrimage of dust and thirst, where they are destined to reunite with their old acquaintances. beginning with the North Serengeti, the sovereign domain of approximately 100 cheetahs. Those who leave all other creatures behind in the relentless race for endurance, with only a single language: velocity. With a lightweight skeletal structure, immense lung capacity, and a flexible spine, the cheetah requires less than 2 seconds to reach a speed of 75 kilometers per hour, even peaking at 120 kilometers per hour, before the nervous system of its prey can transmit a signal of apprehension. To maintain this ultimate machine of speed, the cheetah requires at least 3 kilograms of sustenance every day. The malar stripes assist in absorbing the solar radiation, preventing any reflection. So that the eyes may remain locked on the objective. Even amidst the brilliance of the midday sun. 30 meters is the golden distance. But the air pressure undergoes a subtle shift. The instincts of the Thompson gazelle awaken, and though the moment is less than ideal, the cheetah is compelled to pursue. The balance of fate remains at 50-50. Yet the cheetah also possesses his own distinct mastery to pursue his preferred counterpart. The race reaches its conclusion. The cheetah has secured the vital fuel for his high-velocity engine. To endure within the savannah, merely being swift is not enough. You must be the ultimate embodiment of speed. However, the price to be paid is as immense as the velocity achieved. Just 1 minute is the threshold of metabolic overload. Breathing reaches 150 cycles per minute, and the body temperature rises to 40 degrees Celsius. This is the most delicate moment for the pursuer. The cheetah understands its position. The lioness is the apex predator, possessing sheer power and absolute dominance. In this realm, the one who finishes first in the race is sometimes merely the one who prepares the feast for the more formidable power. That is the reason why the male cheetahs oftentimes do not choose a solitary existence. They frequently form small coalitions consisting of 2 to 3 members who are brothers. However, the emergence of a coalition with as many as 5 members, entirely devoid of any biological kinship, is a phenomenon worthy of the profound attention of researchers. Why do the formidable choose to share their sovereign throne with those from outside their lineage? The territorial dominance of this Great Five extends across 400 square kilometers, 4 times larger than any singular domain that has ever existed in the North Serengeti. They have altered the equilibrium of the inherent food chain within the cheetah species. Even the massive male topis, or the most robust wildebeests, find themselves yielding. This is the way that the most magnificent pursuers harness every strength and seek to balance their vulnerabilities, to endure. In stark contrast to the triumphant majesty of the coalition of 5, a mother cheetah must solitarily provide for 4 young offspring, the silver mantle flowing along their spines, known as the mantle. They bear a striking resemblance to the honey badger, the most fierce and reckless creature of the savannah, whom even the lion regards with caution. Between a majestic lion and a daring honey badger, which pursuer do you believe commands more vigilance from its rivals? Returning to the devoted cheetah mother, sustaining lactation demands a colossal intake of calories. The mother cheetah must constantly relocate to conceal her young while unceasingly undertaking solitary and adventurous quests for sustenance. The governing instinct drives the great cats to execute the relentless strategy of interspecific competition. Within the crowded and narrow confines of the Serengeti, the boundaries of domains always overlap, only one. Out of 10 cheetah cubs possesses the opportunity to endure until adulthood. That is a rare privilege, purchased with absolute vigilance and breathtaking escapes from the very first breath of existence. With a collective that can reach up to 40 members, this is the lion pride with the most formidable presence on the savannah. A majestic mane, it serves as a protective shield and also as an affirmation of masculine strength. But the lionesses are the true backbone of the pride's social structure. They are the pursuers who are most versatile and wise, with an explosive velocity of up to 80 kilometers per hour within meticulously calculated, coordinated huntings. And that represents the greatest concern for the cheetah mother. When she unintentionally encroaches upon the sovereign domain of the monarchs, the mother cheetah is depleted of her vital energy. And is compelled to desperately deploy the strategy of distraction display to create a window of opportunity for her 4 young ones to seek safety. Yet in the final reckoning, only a single offspring continues its journey. In this realm, velocity may provide a momentary feast, but only fortitude can safeguard the promise of the future. But the lion is not the only concern. Talek River is a turbulent waterway. The youthful cheetahs to fail to perceive the lurking presence. The mastery of crypsis by the Nile crocodile has reached a pinnacle of perfection. It commands the art of buoyancy control to transform its formidable frame into a silent element of the landscape. Fortunately, the pre-programmed reflexes of the swiftest pursuer on the planet have allowed the cheetah to elude the shadows by a narrow margin. Yet this youthful cheetah was not granted such a fortunate grace. The river bestows the essence of life upon those who seek its waters. And also calls upon them to sustain the inhabitants of the flow. Such is the way the cycle of life revolves. Even the lion is not exempt from this relentless vortex. Beneath the surface, every advantage of muscle and the terrestrial agility of the great cat is rendered ineffective. Especially when it is a lion cub who has yet to reach maturity. Nevertheless, in the grand design of nature, the terrain is always the decisive hand. The Nile crocodile occasionally must depart from the water's embrace to engage in the process of thermoregulation. At this very moment, the strategic balance is instantly inverted. It has stepped into the domain where the lion reigns supreme. The steel-like scales of the crocodile become futile. The final one to challenge the lion is not any aggressive pursuer, but a creature full of paradox, a bird that defies every law of the heavens. The ostrich, the most magnificent bird on the planet. This 3-meter-tall being has renounced the ability to fly to race with destiny across the African plains for over 20 million years. With a long, flexible neck and eyes that are greater in dimension than its own mind, the ostrich effortlessly perceives the watcher behind the grass. While most avian species maintain a 4-toed structure, the ostrich retains only 2, minimizing friction with the earth to its essence, and allowing its frame of over 100 kilograms to reach a velocity of 90 kilometers per hour. Every endeavor of the sovereign queen of the Savannah vanishes into the void. Even in the most precarious of moments, the ostrich holds the final sanction, a thunderous strike from its powerful limbs. Serengeti is a battlefield woven from the evolutionary paradoxes between velocity, fortitude, and adaptation. The cheetah gambles everything on. Speed, yet must endure the bitter essence of losing the next generation to the brute force of a pride. The lion, the uncrowned monarch of the earth, becomes diminished and vulnerable before the Nile crocodile. And the ostrich, the one who harnesses vision, pace, endurance, and sheer power to subdue the talons of fate. Within this vast arena, there are only those who prevail to behold the dawn of tomorrow, and those who fall to sustain the eternal cycle of nature. The sole and ultimate law remains: run swifter, strive harder, and adapt more profoundly. Returning to the wild icon of the savannah, the power of the lion is not inherited in tranquility. It is a throne forged through conflict and purchased with the price of scars. There, the white kings must sacrifice and engage in conflicts of manifold intensity. The snow-white coat is leucism, a mutational state. At the tyrosinase locus, belonging to the recessive gene group, distinguished from the sensitivity and the diminished vision of albinism. The white lion retains all other pigments upon its physical form. To the indigenous Shangaan people, the white lions are the star lions, emissaries from the heavens, sent down to preserve the equilibrium of the sacred Timbavati lands. However, that beauty, as if emerging from legend, inadvertently strips away the gift of camouflage. This prominence does not merely alert the objective. Depriving the hunt of the element of surprise, but also attracts rivals, longing to eliminate the anomaly. If granted the choice, would you favor the majestic countenance of a star lion, or choose the common yet effective tawny coat? Within the kingdom of relentless elimination, a solitary entity bearing the shroud of white might easily succumb to the laws of concealment. Yet, a formidable pride will serve as an unyielding shield to shelter this paradox, allowing it to tread with defiance. The lion is the solitary great cat upon the planet to establish an organized and profoundly cohesive social architecture. Their fortitude resides not merely within the sharpened talons or the colossal sinews, but within the social bonds and the absolute instinct to safeguard their kin. Typically, the authority of the pride resides with the male lions. Yet at times there exists another form of sovereign power, more silent, more acute, and more mathematical in nature. That is the reign of the lioness. She does not possess the physical manifestation of a monarch in the conventional sense, yet she governs through a strategic depth that far transcends any form of pure muscular might. Without the sanctuary of a family, the solitary lioness commenced her journey as a nomadic lioness. And she tempered her instincts into a weapon of singular precision. Through her acute intuition and an innate capacity to command allegiance, she gathered other wandering lionesses, individuals who had been cast out or had lost their kin, to lay the foundation for an entirely new dynasty. Under her guidance, they were forged into the ultimate warriors. Within the pursuit, the queen commands her warrior sisters. With absolute precision, with patience, and in utter silence. No quarry can evade an ambush, of such meticulous positioning, timing, and profound synergy. Through this, the queen and her pride govern a territory exceeding 50 square kilometers right within the heart of the Masai Mara. An autonomous kingdom, rich in water sources and quarry, yet also a constant objective for ambitious outsiders. When a formidable nomadic male emerges, with the intent to usurp the throne, the queen immediately demonstrates that leadership is the ultimate weapon. The challenger, though possessing the raw power of a monarch, is ultimately forced to retreat in ignominy before a collective guided by a genius mind. Beyond being a formidable warrior or a cunning strategist, the Lion Queen is also a magnificent mother of the Savannah. She nurtures her first lineage, instilling within them the codes of life. She has etched into their consciousness an eternal truth: wisdom, patience, and solidarity. Shall always hold a more vital station than mere muscular force. She continues to compose the epic of herself and her pride through resilient existence and a grand vision, a crownless queen, yet one of profound power over the African lands. Meanwhile, in the Serengeti, there remain relentless conflicts for sovereignty waged by formidable monarchs. They are a male coalition, impossible to subdue. Led by a displaced prince, bearing upon himself the scars of past defeats, yet his eyes still burn with a fierce dominance drive. Beside him stands a battle-hardened vanguard. Together, they conquer across the vast plains in pursuit of a kingdom, worthy of their ultimate ambition, where their roar shall become the solitary law. A clash of talons and explosive muscular force erupts as this coalition stands in direct confrontation with the former monarch of the land. Until the absolute authority of the displaced prince claims victory. The Valley of Blood and Fire is born. The coalition asserts its dominance through coordinated pursuits. That far transcend any conventional biological limits. They do not dissipate their energy upon effortless objectives. The ambition of the coalition is directed squarely at the most resilient and perilous beings. coalition overwhelmed, the near-ton titan in a mere heartbeat. Harnessing their combined mass and enveloping maneuvers to neutralize the horns of destiny. But the pinnacle of power and the essence of audacity is the confrontation with the African elephant. It is a definitive affirmation. Sent unto the whole of the Serengeti, no living being lies beyond the reach of the coalition. A new apex predator force has truly ascended, and their roar shall resonate eternally. In the chronicles of this wild expanse, as an epic of strength and ultimate solidarity. Time of the kick is a mere 15 milliseconds, 10 times faster than the blink of a human eye. The impact force is 5 times the bird's body weight, sufficient to shatter the skull or snap the snake's spine instantly. They also utilize their broad wings as a shield to distract and deflect the snake's strikes. Another intelligent hunting strategy of the secretary bird is hunting at the fire line. During the dry season, as natural fires sweep across the grasslands, the secretary bird waits at the flame's edge. They snatch small animals fleeing in panic from the blaze. Though a symbol featured on the South African coat of arms representing protection and vigilance, secretary bird numbers are dwindling. They are classified as endangered globally. The loss of grassland habitat is the greatest threat to these flamboyant karate fighters. Four, the bush elephant and the river of giants. Leaving far behind the arid plains of Satara, we seek the source of life, Kruger's intricate network of rivers, the Sabi, the Olifants, and the Luvuvu. These are the green lifelines amidst the scorching cauldron. But these cooling waters are not for the weak. This is the domain of the heavyweights, where weight is measured in tons and strength is gauged by destruction. One of them is the African bush elephant. Kruger stands as one of the last and greatest strongholds for this species on Earth. Weighing 6 tons and standing 4 meters tall, they are mobile fortresses with no natural predators. The ecological role of the elephant is that of a keystone species, architects of the environment. As herds move through riverine forests, they function as biological bulldozers. They topple trees, snap massive branches, and trample thickets. This action prevents canopy closure, maintaining open corridors for antelope and zebra to access water sources. During the dry season, elephants use their tusks and trunks to dig elephant wells in dry riverbeds. These water holes sustain the entire ecosystem when surface water vanishes. Elephants possess emotional intelligence and a social structure of the highest complexity. They live in a matriarchal society, led by the oldest female. The elephant brain features highly developed temporal lobes, the storage center for long-term memory. The matriarch recalls the exact location of water sources from decades past, guiding the herd through historic droughts. However, in Kruger, the success of the elephant is becoming a conundrum: overpopulation. Elephant numbers in Kruger have exceeded 20,000 individuals, far surpassing the environment's carrying capacity. Such extreme density prevents vegetation from recovering. Ancient baobab trees, thousands of years old, and marula forests are being severely devastated by elephants seeking water and bark. This is an agonizing conservation paradox. When a species is protected too successfully, it can become a threat to its own habitat. Yet, witnessing a herd majestically descend to the Sabi River, spraying water in the sunset, one cannot help but be overwhelmed by the grandeur of nature. Sharing the river with the elephant is a boisterous and surly neighbor, the hippopotamus. They are often misunderstood as slow, docile creatures due to their rotund appearance. However, in reality, the hippo is the deadliest large mammal in Africa. They possess ivory canines up to 50 centimeters long, razor-sharp, and featuring a self-sharpening mechanism. The hippo's bite force reaches 2,000 pounds per square inch, sufficient to snap a crocodile in half or crush a small boat. The hippo's body is a marvel of aquatic adaptation. Their skin is extremely sensitive and hairless, highly prone to sunburn and dehydration. For protection, their bodies secrete a red mucus fluid, often mistaken for blood. In reality, these are hipposudoric and norhipposudoric acids. They act as a high-grade natural sunscreen, absorbing UV rays and possessing powerful antibacterial properties. They help wounds heal quickly in dirty water environments. A fascinating fact few people know: hippos cannot swim. Their bodies are too dense and heavy due to solid bones, causing them to sink in water. Instead, they walk or gallop along the riverbed. They propel themselves to the surface to breathe and then sink back down, a process that is automated even while sleeping. The hippo's role in the river is critically important. At night, they emerge to graze, consuming up to 40 kilograms of vegetation. By day, they return to the water and deposit massive amounts of dung. This action helps transfer nutrients from the land to the riverbed, nourishing plankton and fish populations. However, the relationship between hippos and elephants is a tense rivalry. Hippos are highly territorial underwater, but the elephant is simply too massive to be bullied. When elephants descend to drink, hippos often choose a tactical retreat, ceding space to the stronger giant. In Kruger, the greatest threat to hippos is not predators, but drought. When rivers dry up, they are forced into cramped, stagnant pools. This leads to the rapid spread of anthrax bacteria, which can kill hundreds of hippos in a single season. Camouflaged beneath layers of duckweed and mud lies the true king of the subaquatic world, the Nile crocodile. Kruger is home to the largest crocodiles in South Africa, with some individuals reaching lengths of up to 5 meters. They are the embodiment of predatory perfection, their anatomy remaining virtually unchanged for the past 200 million years. Their ultimate weapon is their bite. The measured bite force reaches 3,700 pounds per square inch, PSI, the strongest in the modern animal kingdom. The conical tooth structure allows them to grip prey tightly, ensuring no escape. Unable to chew, the crocodile employs the death roll technique. They clamp onto their prey and spin their bodies underwater to rip off large chunks of flesh. Crocodiles possess the extraordinary metabolism of an ectotherm. An adult crocodile, after a substantial meal, can go without food for months or even an entire year. They lie motionless, slowing their heart rate to the bare minimum, awaiting the next opportunity. However, the crocodile population in Kruger is facing a mysterious disease. Pansteatitis, yellow fat disease. The cause stems from water pollution and a shift in the food chain involving the consumption of toxic catfish. The crocodile's fat layer hardens, causing agony and restricting mobility, leading to mass die-offs in the Oliphant's Gorge. The relationship between the crocodile and the hippo is a fragile truce. They often bask side by side in peace. Observers have even witnessed baby crocodiles climbing onto a hippo's back to bask, though this is rare and risky. But this peace is merely superficial. Crocodiles are always stalking straying hippo calves, and the mother hippo is ready to snap in two any crocodile that approaches her offspring. Furthermore, crocodiles know how to exploit the presence of other species to hunt. They often glide silently near moving hippos or Goliath herons. The water disturbance caused by these giants flushes out panicked small fish, and the crocodile simply waits with open jaws. Intelligent, patient, and ruthless, the Nile crocodile is the embodiment of the most primal fear in Kruger. In the shadows of the riverine vegetation, an agile creature moves silently. The Nile monitor, one of the few creatures daring enough to challenge the Nile crocodile. This is Africa's largest lizard, capable of reaching lengths of up to 2.2 meters. They resemble miniature dragons, possessing muscular bodies, razor-sharp claws, and long, powerful tails. The Nile monitor is the Savannah's ultimate triathlete. They sprint across the ground at blistering speeds. They scale trees with the dexterity of a monkey, aided by curved claws. And underwater, they swim masterfully, using their laterally compressed tail as a paddle, able to hold their breath for up to 1 hour. This versatility transforms them into formidable opportunistic predators and scavengers. But their absolute delicacy, and the reason they are the crocodile's public enemy number one, is eggs. Nile monitors are professional egg thieves. Mother crocodiles are devoted guardians, but they cannot stand watch 24/7. In the brief moment the mother slips into the water to cool off, the monitor seizes the opportunity. Using a hypersensitive sense of smell and a snake-like forked tongue, they pinpoint nests buried deep within the sand. With powerful forelegs, they dig in a frenzy, unearthing the nutritious eggs and devouring them whole. Scientists estimate that monitors destroy up to 50% of crocodile eggs each breeding season. They serve as a natural pressure valve, controlling the population of the dominant reptile. However, the life of a thief is never easy. If intercepted by the mother, the monitor is crushed in an instant. They live on the razor's edge of survival, relying on speed and cunning to exist in the shadow of giants. Leaving the bustling rivers of the south behind, we venture to the far north of Kruger, Punda Maria and Pafuri. This is the park's forgotten land, where the climate is more tropical and the vegetation denser. Vibrant yellow fever tree forests and ancient baobabs, thousands of years old, stand tall like sentinels. The scarcity of tourists transforms this place into a sanctuary for the shyest and most exotic species. Phantoms that very few have the chance to witness in a lifetime. Concealed within the dense riverine thickets of the Luvuvu River lies one of Africa's most beautiful yet most enigmatic antelopes, the lowland Nyala. This species exhibits the most pronounced sexual dimorphism in the antelope family. Females sport a radiant chestnut-orange coat with striking white stripes, resembling the fashion models of the jungle. In contrast, the male dons a dark, shaggy charcoal grey coat, crowned with proud, spiraled horns. The Nyala is an extremely shy species. They rarely venture out of the thickets by day, remaining most active at dawn or dusk. But the most intriguing aspect of the Nyala is how they resolve conflict. Instead of locking horns in bloody combat like buffalo or wildebeest, male Nyala opt for a more civilized and artistic method. It is the tactic of lateral presentation, or in layman's terms, the puffing up display. When two males vie for territory or females, they parade parallel to one another. They erect the white dorsal crest along their spines to its maximum height. They move with a slow, exaggerated, high-stepping gait. The goal is to flaunt their body size, appearing larger and more intimidating in the eyes of their rival. This is a tense psychological warfare. Whichever male boasts a higher crest, a more imposing physique, and a more confident demeanor wins without spilling a drop of blood. The subordinate will automatically flatten his crest and quietly slink away. Only when two rivals are too evenly matched and neither backs down does violence erupt. In Kruger, the Nyala was once a rarity, restricted to the far north. But thanks to conservation efforts and habitat expansion, their population is thriving and gradually expanding southward. Against the deep blue sky reflected in the waters of the Sabi River, a resonant, high-pitched call rings out. It is the cry of the African fish eagle. For anyone who has visited Kruger, this sound is the quintessential voice of Africa. It evokes a sense of the wild, of freedom, and of majesty. Clad in chestnut plumage, with a stark white head and breast, the African fish eagle is the icon of the riverine skies. True to its name, their primary diet is fish. From a high perch, the eagle's keen eyes can detect a fish swimming beneath the surface from a great distance. They instinctively calculate light refraction to pinpoint the prey's exact location. The fish eagle's dive is an aerodynamic masterpiece. At the final second, they throw their talons forward, skimming the water's surface to snatch their quarry. Their feet are equipped with microscopic barbs called spicules. These act like Velcro, ensuring a firm grip on slippery, slimy fish. The African fish eagle can lift prey weighing up to 2 kilograms into the air. But if greed leads them to strike a fish too heavy, over 3 kilograms, they will not let go. Instead, using their wings as paddles, they perform a strenuous butterfly stroke to drag the catch to shore. However, fish eagles, are also notorious pirates. They frequently harass other birds like Goliath herons or storks to steal their catch. They launch lightning-fast aerial assaults, forcing rivals to drop their prey in panic. Powerful, beautiful, yet full of guile, the African fish eagle is the undisputed lord of the airspace above the water. If the African fish eagle is the king of speed in the air, then the Goliath heron is the king of patience on the water. This is the world's largest heron, standing up to 1.5 meters tall with a wingspan of 2.3 meters. Towering amidst the river, they resemble ancient sculptures. The Goliath heron's hunting tactic is predicated on absolute stillness. They can stand motionless for hours in the shallows, golden eyes locked onto the water's surface. This patience helps them deceive even the most wary fish, leading prey to mistake their legs for dead wood. When the moment strikes, the Goliath heron's attack is as fast as a lightning bolt. The long, sharp beak, hard as a spear, plunges down to impale the water. Goliath herons frequently catch large fish, weighing up to 2 to 3 kilograms. However, catching the fish is one thing, swallowing it is another matter entirely. Because the prey is so large, the Goliath heron takes considerable time to maneuver and swallow it whole. This is when they are most vulnerable to piracy. The African fish eagle frequently targets the Goliath heron. Seeing the heron struggling with a large catch, the eagle dives down to attack. Though massive, the Goliath heron is lumbering and clumsy in the air, often forced to abandon its prize to save its own life. The Goliath heron is a highly territorial and solitary bird. Each individual governs a vast stretch of river, so their density in Kruger is very low. Encountering a hunting Goliath heron is a rare and precious experience for any nature photographer. They are icons of stillness, perseverance, and the melancholic beauty of the river. The presence of the Nyala is an indicator of a healthy and pristine riverine ecosystem. If the Nyala is a phantom, then the common eland are the titans of the antelope world. This is the world's largest antelope. A mature male can weigh up to 900 kilograms, equivalent to a Cape buffalo. With their massive bulk, large dewlaps, and straight spiraled horns, the eland resembles an ox more than an antelope. In the culture of the San people, the Bushmen, the eland is a sacred animal. They frequently feature in ancient rock art, holding profound spiritual significance. Despite their gigantic proportions, the eland is an extremely shy and wary creature. They possess agility that is astonishing for their body weight. A 1-ton eland can effortlessly perform a standing jump over a 2-meter fence. When on the move, the eland herd emits a distinctive sound, a continuous click-click. This sound does not emanate from the mouth, but from their knees. The foreleg tendon slipping over the carpal bone creates a loud noise audible from hundreds of meters away. Scientists believe this is a form of internal communication signal. In dense thickets or the dead of night, these clicks help members locate one another. They keep the herd cohesive without the need for vocalizations that might attract predators. The frequency and volume of the click also reveal the size and fitness of the dominant male, serving to intimidate rivals. Elands also share an intimate symbiotic relationship with the red-billed oxpecker. Due to their vast surface area, the eland serves as a giant mobile restaurant for these tick-eating birds. However, their sheer size also makes them a prized target for lions. But taking down an eland is no easy feat. They possess immense stamina and a lethal rear kick. In northern Kruger, eland are typically nomadic, constantly traversing vast territories in search of browse and fresh grass. Encountering an eland herd lumbering majestically through the morning mist is a mesmerizing experience, evoking a primeval and wild Africa. In the shadows of the northern Mopane forests, the honey badger is a diminutive creature that possesses a reputation far more legendary than any giant. The Guinness Book of World Records has recognized it as the world's most fearless creature. Though weighing only about 10 to 15 kilograms, the honey badger possesses the attitude of the invincible. They are ready to confront lions, leopards, hyenas, or even buffalo if they stand in their way. The secret to the honey badger's strength lies in its skin. Their skin is extremely thick, tough, and possesses rubber-like elasticity. Lion claws, leopard fangs, or porcupine quills find it very difficult to penetrate this biological armor. Crucially, this skin is exceedingly loose-fitting. If a lion bites the nape of a honey badger, it can twist 180 degrees right inside its own skin. This allows it to turn back and shred the nose or eyes of the attacker with sharp teeth and extreme bite force. The second defense mechanism is chemical warfare. The honey badger has anal glands capable of spraying a foul-smelling and eye-stinging fluid potent enough to suffocate any predator. But what makes the honey badger a legend is its venom resistance. Their favorite food is venomous snakes, including cobras and puff adders. The honey badger's immune system has evolved to neutralize both neurotoxins and hemotoxins. During combat, the honey badger is frequently bitten. It may collapse, convulse, and fall into a comatose state for a few hours. But then, like a miracle, it wakes up, shakes itself off, and continues to finish the snake that just failed to kill it. The honey badger's intelligence also astounds scientists. They are among the few animals known to use tools. They know how to position logs to stand on and reach beehives, or use sticks to dig. In Kruger, honey badgers are solitary nomads, holding no fixed territory and fearing no one. Even hungry lions often choose to give a wide berth to this maniac, for the price to pay for such a small meal is simply too high. That is why Kruger stands as a vital ecological arena of South Africa. It is a living heritage, a last bastion where nature still operates according to the most primal laws. From the brutal war for dominance between lions and baboons on the granite hills, to the death races of the cheetah on the Satara plains, and the silent survival of rare species like the pangolin or nyala in the northern thickets. Every creature, whether predator or prey, is scripting its own epic saga. But whether this story continues rests with us. Kruger is facing unprecedented challenges: rhino poaching, climate change, and human pressure. Rangers and conservationists fight day and night in a silent war to protect every inch of this land and every life within it. Our collective concern and awareness are the most powerful weapons to preserve this treasure for future generations. In the great battle for survival at Kruger, which animal impressed you the most? the cunning intelligence of the baboon, or the absolute power of the lion coalition? Leave a comment below to share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this wild journey, don't forget to hit like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the heart of wild Africa.